Hey guys, so I decided to do a voiceover on this video. Basically, I'm just going to be making my pizza that I always make. So you preheat the oven to 400 degrees. And then I always use the self-rising flour, the Gold Medal brand. Other brands work, and I think you can use regular flour if you want, but you have to add like baking soda or baking powder, one of the two. I find it at Walmart or Target. So I'm just doing a half a cup of that into a bowl, and then I take the Fage 0% Greek yogurt, a half a cup of that. And I've heard from a lot of different people, and I would have to agree that this is like the best yogurt for this dough. I use this yogurt for like the cheesecake too. I don't know, I always just stick to the same brand. Here's me making a mess, struggling to clean it. I didn't feel like cutting this out, so, and this voiceover is just gonna be continuous because I just don't feel like editing. So here I am cleaning up this yogurt. So basically you're just gonna put the half cup of yogurt in the bowl with the flour. And then I like to use a rubber spatula. You can use a mixer or like whatever you have, a fork, and just mix it all together. Kind of just like pat it and turn it until it gets to like this crumbly kind of consistency. And you'll see when I am finished like the kind of consistency that it has. So I'm just mixing it up. And it kind of gets stuck to the rubber spatula, so you'll see me like wipe it off. But you just want to make sure you get all the yogurt and flour incorporated together so there's not like just yogurt by itself, because that's what's going to make it stick. You really have to mix it as best as you can. I just smash it all together and turn it, so that's what I'm doing here. Now I'm sprinkling some flour onto my countertop and flouring my hands also. You don't have to count the flour that you flour the counter with. I know some people do, but I don't. The flour is key for not sticking. I know a lot of people have that issue. So here I'm just dumping the crumbly mixture onto the counter and just kneading it with my hands until it turns into a dough ball. So just keep kneading it. I pick up the crumbs and stick them in and knead it again and just work it with your hands. And if it gets too sticky, just keep flouring your hands. If you do the right ratio of half cup, or whatever kind of ratio you're doing, like however much you want to make, it shouldn't be too sticky. You should just, if it's too sticky, you might have added a little too much yogurt. So I'm just kneading it. This is, just to clarify, this is for one serving, like one pizza. So one of my pizzas with all my toppings is 8 points. And just the dough itself for half a cup is 5 points. And then I add 3 points worth of toppings. So flouring again, flouring is key. Getting ready to roll it out. Make sure I have a big enough area floured so when I roll it, everything still has flour. Kind of flatten it out a little bit, and then I grab my rolling pin, and guess what I'm gonna do with it? I'm gonna flour it. Flour everything. Even like when I flour this, like you'll see it still sticks. So just roll it out. And you can roll it out to whatever size and thickness that you like. I like it pretty thin, but not too thin to where it's like crumbling apart. So you'll see kind of the size that I roll it to. I kind of flip it. You'll see me flipping it back and forth and flouring because sometimes if you continue rolling it on one side, it'll stick to the counter and then it just makes a mess and then you have to redo it. So you kind of have to just like figure out what works for you and whatever kind of tools you're working with. See, I still got some dough on there. I will flour the pin again, I'm pretty sure, because it's sticking, yeah. So here I am, more flour. Roll it out, roll it out. Sorry, I'm doing one continuous voiceover, so I'm just like talking. Alright, so now I'm picking it up. I'm gonna put it on a baking sheet. I don't spray it or anything, it never sticks. In my experience, I've never had an issue with it sticking to the pan. If you want to be safe, you can put some Pam spray on it or something. Now I'm taking the Daily Dose of Pepper Crock-Pot Marinara recipe. I'll link the recipe down below in the description box if you guys want to look at it, like check it out. I make it in a big batch in a crock pot, and then I freeze it. And then I just put a little bit in this little container for like pizzas and whatever else I want to make, and then I just freeze the rest, and it's amazing, and it's 0 points for as much as you want. Now my favorite cheese in the world, Trader Joe's light shredded. I take 3 ounces. My scale isn't working, so I kind of just guesstimated tonight. I always weigh it out, but my scale broke, so I kind of know like how much 3 ounces is because I've done it so many times. But yeah, this is the best cheese that I've found like ever for like pizzas. It just melts so well, like way better than the fat-free, and I will never use anything else. It's one point per ounce, so I'm putting 3 points worth of cheese on there because I like it really cheesy. And I'm gonna put it in the oven, but you can add whatever toppings you want. Yeah, so that cooked at 400 for 13 minutes is what I find. If you want it crispier, you can bake the crust first and then add the toppings. Add whatever toppings you want and enjoy.